LeBron! More energy behind it,
Look,
man.
Look, the only area that I'll say that like I understand where Magic is upset with Luke Walton is when it comes to rotations. And don't get me wrong, like I think with the NBA and all its analytics departments telling you which lineups are doing better, etc. Luke Walton was running what I call my 2K lineup when I run with the Lakers, and that's Lonzo, Kuzma as shooting guard, LeBron as small forward, Ingram power forward, JaVale McGee.
I'd be destroying that lineup.
No, exactly what you just said.
Annihilate.
Exactly.
Annihilate.
It's not a good lineup. It's not a good lineup. And it's not a good lineup because it doesn't allow you to stretch the floor. I personally think that they're going to have to bite the bullet on this Brandon Ingram thing, and not even saying that he's trash or he's not going to be good or whatever. Like, I just think that he needs to make him your John Havlicek. That's what you need to sell him on. Like, yo, if you can come off the bench, we will play you starter minutes, but we need you to come off the bench and get us started because you starting the game off. They don't start games well. And they don't finish games well.
Nah, they've started games well. They just haven't finished.
No, they don't start games and they don't finish games well. In the first quarters of most games, they're giving up 30 to 40 points every quarter.
But they're scoring that much too.
Yeah, no, but that's not a good start. If you give up 80 by halftime, then give up 80 by halftime.
Listen,
literally. If you're giving up 70 to 80 by halftime,
everybody's giving up 70 to 80 by halftime. No one's playing defense in the NBA.
No,
these rule changes.
You guys have literally just told me that the Lakers' biggest problem is they don't play defense.
They don't know.
So if you're giving up 40 in the first quarter, what do you want me to do?
I suggest two things to do with the Lakers with the current squad right now. I love JaVale McGee. I love him starting. It's interesting. However,
don't say a but. There's no but. There's no but. He's been the best player on this Lakers team. There's no but. There's no but. Come on.
There's two things I want to try. There's two things I've wanted to experiment at always. Okay. I've just wanted to see the pace of a small ball lineup with the starting five of Kuzma, LeBron, Ingram, Hart, and Ball.
Food.
I just wanted to see that. I'm not saying finish it. I'm not talking about finish the game. I just want to see them start a game with that starting five. I want to see it.
No, you don't.
Guys, I want to see it one time. Before you make judgment, I want to see it. That's the first thing I want to see.
I'm sorry, I'm already making judgment.
Then the second thing is, I'm okay with Ingram coming off the bench. That's totally fine.
I'm going to look up some Lakers stats. Go ahead, keep talking.
I'm okay with him coming off the bench. You got to sell him on that.
Yeah.
Who's the guy you'd insert in the lineup above him to start?
Personally, I like the lineup when Ingram was out. Like, I thought they found a little bit of a chemistry. Even when they had Lance kind of taking it, not granted, I don't think Lance should be the backup point guard. Because Lance would be the reason in the playoff series why Steph goes on a 20-0 run himself. But Rondo holds the ball too much. And sometimes when Rondo comes in, the pace of the game just completely just stops. Like, I forgot what game it was. I think they were playing the Spurs game. The second one, when they were moving up and down the court, getting up and down the court. First half was great. Second half, Rondo come in, dribbling, is no pace of the game. But answering your question, Hart, like Alonzo, Hart, Braun, Kuzma, JaVale. Ingram off the bench, Lance. I really don't want Rondo there, but I understand why he's there because, again, you get in the playoff series, you need somebody to orchestrate the offense for you.
I think a big thing with this young Lakers team, when you got young players, you got to start off fast. You got to get these guys involved with the game early so they can carry that energy throughout the entire duration of the game. I'm curious to see McGee off the bench just one time. Give me a couple of games, all right?
No,
Ingram's in the line. You get those three guys spreading the floor when it's LeBron, when it's Kuzma and Ingram, and just
when
see
you can run that lineup, at any point in time during the game. Though.
I want to see him start with that lineup. I want to see.
They don't play defense at all. They're not going to play any defense.
Listen.
No one's playing defense to start any NBA game. That's my point. I just want to see how these guys.
It's the race to who get the most points at the end of the game, though. So if you give up the more points than everybody,
slows down at the end. It's a different game in the second half.
Wait. First off, it's not like JaVale was like Nurkic or something like that. Joel can get up and down the court. If we talk about athletic big men, he's probably one of the five most athletic big men in the league.
The five most what?
Athletic big men in the league. JaVale McGee. So you can play fast with JaVale on the court. He actually ignites you for playing fast, getting blocks, getting down transition. You got to rebound the ball. you do have to rebound the ball. One of the issues is rebounding. No, they're going to give up like 100 points in the paint every night if you do that. JaVale probably needs to play more minutes. I think JaVale needs to play more minutes, and Lonzo needs to play more minutes. Because Lonzo was a guy who I think only works and gets in rhythm when he plays a high volume of minutes. I don't think you can give Lonzo 4 to 5 minutes spurts and think that he'll be effective.
I'll just tell you guys this. What are you measuring it to? Who's the best team in the NBA and who's going to win the title?
The Warriors.
The Warriors. Everyone is playing to the Warriors. And I'm telling you right now, having a big man that you can just feed down low and everything, those 2 points aren't going to catch up to the barrage of three-pointers that you're going to get from Golden State.
NBA right now in three-point shooting right now.
Nobody is matching up against Golden State.
Listen, hold on, wait. But
you need to
the thing
score.
about the Warriors is you have to be able to rebound the ball. If you put Draymond Green out there and you got KD out there and you want to run out all those small guys, you can't rebound. So then they're still going to hit threes. They're going to miss threes at some point in time.
Okay, but they still have Klay Thompson. You got Draymond Green. You got Kevin Durant. You have guys that you need to get a body in front of. And I'm sorry,
JaVale. Run off the three-point line and run them into JaVale.
I'm sorry. But I think Ingram is quicker to guard those guys and chase them to the three-point line.
Ingram been getting picked apart all season, man.
Ingram got in a fight because he was tired of getting picked apart.
Yeah.
He literally was getting abused all game and got mad and punched him in. There was no other reason for him to go and push hard besides he kept getting ISO.
Finally,
he kept
getting some dog in him. Well, hey.
That wasn't dog. I'm tired of getting abused.
Harden is the hardest guy to guard in the NBA. That happens to everybody.
No, with the new rule change this stuff. It's literally
he's the hardest guy to guard in the NBA. It's gonna frustrate.
It's tough.
It's not. It definitely ain't LeBron no more.
I'm telling you right. I'll tell you why I'm not gonna say it's Steph Curry.
Why?
Because there's too many freaking options on the team. It's not Steph, it's Klay Thompson.
No,
it's Kevin Durant. So it makes his life easier. You can't even measure it to anything because you can't double team him because there's another guy who can do it.
With the new rule
Harden,
even when you could double
team
him, he was winning MVPs. Stop this.
Okay, but I'm telling you something right now. You don't have an option, okay, with the Warriors. You have an option with Houston. They don't have enough talent where you can go and do other things.
I love how now the narrative for Houston has changed to now that they don't have enough talent. It's such bullshit, though.
Talent
Everybody's complaining about the talent that Houston has now.
It's like,
come on, man. They took them to 7 games last year. Stop that.
Guys, I'm going to say this. And this
don't tell me Trevor Ariza is the biggest difference between going 7 games with the Warriors.
There's not a team in the NBA that can compete with the talent of the Golden State Warriors. So I can say anything I want about Houston.
I think the Lakers can compete.
I think the Lakers can, Boston can. Compete and beat them is different.
Yes, they're not going to beat them, but compete.
Boston can compete. There's no one in the Western Conference. Toronto can compete, but there's no one in the Western Conference.
I think they'll get a Warriors to Toronto Finals.
No. Who do you think's going to be the team in the Western Conference? I talked about this with my boy Monica. What team's in the Western Conference is going to play the Warriors in the championship series?
I think the only team in the West that can honestly beat the Warriors in 7 games is the Lakers.
Who's going to play them in a championship series in the West?
It doesn't matter.
I asked a question. Who is going to this season?
I would go with Lakers or Thunder. Lakers or Thunder.
No, come on, man. You have to find a No, I think that they're
the Thunder.
No,
we're gonna make it to the Western Conference championship.
It's gonna be Spurs Warriors.
That's fair.
It's gonna be Spurs Warriors.
Listen.
Watch.
This is
Utah Jazz Warriors.
No, the Jazz might not even make the playoffs.
This is why I said Thunder. I know this is King, but this is why
Jazz won't make the playoffs. What are we gonna bet on that?
Nothing right now because I still need about 10 more games to determine if I
put your money where your mouth is. At least right now, I'm saying OKC is not making the playoffs. I'm sticking to my guns. So which teams are going to make it above OKC?
The Lakers.
I just don't know if they're making it above OKC. But
no, which teams are getting in? What are your 8 teams in Western Conference?
The
Lakers, the Thunder, the Spurs, Warriors, Nuggets, Blazers.
Rockets?
Or because I want to give AD in there.
So you don't think the Pelicans are going to make it this year? You don't think the Jazz are going to make it this year?
It depends on health.
AD, I think on his health.
I think AD requests a trade by the trade deadline.
I didn't like that quote.
I love that team's talent.
I do too.
No. He
Drew Holiday? How did Drew Holiday play in the playoffs last year?
Yeah, but like he said, he got to be perfect every night in order for them to win.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, everybody has it. The Western Conference is loaded. What about Memphis? How are they starting this year?
I mean, they're technically a playoff team right now, but
are they going to make the playoffs?
I mean, they possibly could.
I picked them too, but
How about the Clippers?
The Clippers
look
Lamb City.
No, all of these teams have good teams. That's the problem with the West. It's everybody.
And that's why
there are a ton
OKC
of
will
good
be
teams.
fringe and not make
The only
it.
team in the West that's actually terrible is the Suns.
And I think they'll be better with Devin Booker if he can stay
The
healthy.
reason why the schmo over here doesn't think OKC's can make the playoffs, they don't have enough shooting.
They'll be fine.
The Lakers don't have enough shooting.
They'll be fine. They have defense.
But also the other day, but
LeBron
this is the problem, right? On the Lakers, they can have two guys, or maybe even they can have two guys put up 30, like Kuzma and LeBron did in that same game, and they lost that game, right? When Kuzma scored 37.
The Spurs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they can have that and they can still lose. That's a big problem. On OKC, they can have three guys that can get 30. Schroeder, Russ, and PG.
Schroeder's not really getting 30, but
PG actually had 11 the other day. Schroeder had 20 something. Russ had 20 something, and I think it was Abrines had 20 something.
Which game was this?
I can't remember which
Don't tell
game.
me the Wizards game.
No, it wasn't the Wizards game. It was the game. It was the game before the Wizards game.
Here's the problem with OKC.
The one where versus Charlotte. So
if it comes down
the Lakers,
to it,
the Lakers, the problem with the Lakers is that, and the reason why I think that they will make it over OKC, if I had to choose between them, is that number one, you have LeBron, and number two, I think eventually they're gonna wake up and they're gonna realize like, yo, Lonzo Ball is really the key to all of this shit. And if they and until we legitimately just like stop acting like we didn't draft this guy to be the franchise guy, they're gonna be in trouble.
LeBron!